Objective 6, use order of operations to perform computations. So the first thing we need to do when we talk about order of operations is grouping symbols. And grouping symbols contain parentheses, brackets, square roots, symbols, and so on. The next step is evaluating exponents. And then we do multiplication and division in the order from left to right, and then addition and subtraction in the order from left to right. Let's take a look at some examples of order of operations. So here we have 3 times the square root of 42 plus 7. So the first thing we want to do is what's underneath the radical sign. So that's a grouping symbol. 42 plus 7 is 49. So now it becomes 3 times the square root of 49. Now this is still a grouping symbol, so we need to find out what do you have to square to get 49? Well, the answer is 7. So now 3 times 7 gives you 21. In part B, we have negative 32 divided by 4 times negative 4. So we have division and multiplication as operations. So we need to go from left to right for whichever comes first. So we need to do division first. So negative 32 divided by 4 is negative 8. And then times negative 4 gives you positive 32. For part C, we have negative 24 divided by 8 minus 3 minus 8 times 4. So the first thing we need to do is grouping symbols. And so that means what we have in parentheses, we need to figure that out first. So we need to take 3 minus 8, which is going to give us negative 5. So we have negative 24 divided by 8 minus negative 5 times 4. So now we have division, subtraction, and then multiplication. So we need to do division first before multiplication. So negative 24 divided by 8 gives you negative 3 minus negative 5 times 4. So we have subtraction and multiplication. So we need to do multiplication first and then subtraction. So negative 5 times 4 gives you negative 20. So we have negative 3 minus a negative 20. And now remember, this becomes the opposite of negative 20, which is plus 20. So negative 3 plus 20 gives you positive 16. So again, following the order of operations. In part D, we have 8 minus bracket 4 minus 3 parenthesis 12 minus 16 parenthesis bracket. So we need to work on the innermost part of this, so which means we need to do 12 minus 16 first. So we have 8 minus bracket 4 minus 3 times 12 minus 16 is negative 4. Now again, we're still working within the bracket, so we need to do the multiplication inside of there before the subtraction. So we have 8 minus bracket 4, negative 3 times a negative 4 gives you positive 12. Now we have 8 minus 4 plus 12, and we got to do what's in the brackets first. So 4 plus 12 gives us 16. So 8 minus 16 is the same thing as 8 plus negative 16, which is equal to negative 8. Next, we have in part E, we have negative 3 times negative 5 squared plus 7 times 4 minus 9 squared. So there aren't any grouping symbols that we need to work with, so the next step is to do exponents. So all the exponents we need to simplify. So we have negative 3, well negative 5 squared is positive 25, plus 7 times 4, minus 9 squared is 81. So now we have multiplication and multiplication here, so we can go ahead and do those before we do the addition and subtraction. So negative 3 times 25 is negative 75, plus 7 times 4 is 28, minus 81. And now going from left to right with only addition and subtraction, negative 75 plus 28 is negative 47, and then minus 81. So these are both negative, so we can add them and keep the sign. So negative 47 minus 81 is negative 128. Okay, next we have negative 3 squared plus negative 1 cubed minus 4 squared over 4 minus 2. So in the numerator, we're going to have to verify and evaluate the exponents. So negative 3 squared is positive 9. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1 times negative 1 times negative 1, which becomes negative 1. So it's plus negative 1, minus 4 squared is 16. In the denominator, we have 4 minus 2, which becomes 2. So now if we take 9 and then add -1, we get 8 minus 16 over 2. And 8 minus 16 is -8, divided by 2 gives us -4. Okay, let's take a look at these two examples. So we have 4 minus 7 squared plus 3 minus 2 squared plus 8 minus 4 squared over 3 minus 1. So we're going to work within the parentheses. So 4 minus 7 is -3, and then we're going to square it, plus 3 minus 2 is 1, and we're going to square that, plus 8 minus 4, which is 4, and then we're going to square that result. Now 3 minus 1 gives us 2. Now the next step is to evaluate our exponents. So -3 squared is +9, 1 squared is +1, and then 4 squared is +16 over 2. Now let's add our numerators. So 9 plus 1 plus 16 is 26, and 26 divided by 2 gives us 13. Okay, H. We have parentheses 20 minus 16 minus 2 times the square root of 6 squared over 3 plus 8 squared over 16. So these are some of the things that you may see when you're dealing with a formula in statistics. So we first need to take 20, subtract 16, which gives us 4, minus 2, and then the square root symbol is a grouping symbol. So we need to first do the exponents underneath the radical sign. So 6 squared is 36 over 3, plus 8 squared, which is 64 over 16. So now we have 4 minus 2, and now we can simplify these two values under the radical sign, which is a grouping symbol. 36 divided by 3 is 12, plus 64 divided by 16 is 4. Now again, we still need to work within the grouping symbol. So we have 4 minus 2 times the square root of 12 plus 4, which is 16. And again, using order of operations, we need to find and simplify the square root symbol. So 4 minus 2 times the square root of 16 becomes 4. And now we have subtraction and multiplication, so we need to do multiplication. So 2 times 4 gives us 8. So 4 minus 8 gives us a result of -4.